first of all, it's boys and girls. That's good news. The person who heads USA for Greenland, Shanghai, Greenland, happens to be a woman. That's the first thing I'll point out, is that they're pretty agnostic. You know, if you want to do deals and you can offer them opportunity and sites, you know, they have a pretty interesting lineup of talent. So for us, it's been a relatively new experience. We used to not want to share at all. Developers don't typically like to share. We took partners only when we had to. So we built the New York Times building, and they very much wanted to be part of the JV that built that building. But over the last few years, as we looked at the world post-recession, our business models changed considerably, and so we believe that strategic partners will allow us to do more with less. And so now we've become a company that enjoys partnerships. And so, for example, we sold a 49% interest in the teachers, with teachers at the Spruce Street Tower last year. And what that allows us to do as a public company is to demonstrate to the markets the value that we create. If you don't typically sell, it's very hard to point to the strength of the core market in New York and the buildings we build. So we set out in August to look for a partner to really execute Atlantic Yards. We knew it was a big check. And we knew that it was going to be a small field of potential players that could actually write that check. And we thought sovereign wealth funds and Asia was probably top of list. But I can tell you that we put the book out in, I guess it was late July, thinking it would be sleepy summer. And by August 24th, I was having Chinese food in a midtown restaurant. And I was in Shanghai 2 weeks later, and it has been a whirlwind ever since. And what I can say about China is that the only problem with New York is the projects are not big enough. And particularly, there are only 2 big ones, and so it's just that in China everything has 3 more zeros. The height of the buildings, the size of the check, and the square footage. And so when they come to New York, they love the market, and now they want to put money into real estate. And of course, the biggest question is, do they want to be passive or active? And so the better part of the last 60 days, in terms of creating this understanding with Greenland, has been a division of labor and making sure that we are very much the face of the partnership. But I will tell you that they live with that sense of urgency that I pointed out, to the point of it being remarkable. It really is, it is true that they want to get it done, and they want to get it done really quickly. So for Atlantic Yards, which is all about execution now with all the entitlements in place, this is a developer's dream come true. We have a lot of work to do, but the hope is by first quarter of 2014, all of our documents will be signed. Transactions like this require both governments to approve it. There's a process called CFIUS, where you have 20 federal agencies that will look at this project and ensure that there is no sensitive matter related to the location or the rail yard nature of the project that presents any threat to national security. So we have that on the American side, and then the Chinese government will have to approve as well. And so we have a long road ahead, but I can tell you that this has been a very abbreviated process, and this is a very, very good thing for our company and for Atlantic Yards.